We're going to get into this one right away, guys. No breaks here. Just go straight 5 games if we have to.
That's right. You guys can go to the bathroom if you need to, but we just can't. So drink a lot of water.
Pee in a bottle. Let's jump into this game, guys, right now. Up here in the blue, a Protoss player from KT Rolster. It is Zest.
And cross spawns to the bottom left in red for CTNTS. It's Bbyong. So this is the first time we see Cactus Valley in the SSL. It's been like vetoed every other time, I believe. And I think what sticks out about to me about this map is the natural is super tight. Like, it's really narrow. So whoever has the concave on the other side of that entrance, that choke point going to the natural, is always going to have a huge advantage in fights. You know, in this matchup, normally the fights end up occurring at the third base. Well, not always. Sometimes you do see those 2-base timing attacks, and sometimes you see Protoss' attack into Terrans who are on 2-base. That does happen every now and then. So that's something to keep in mind. There's a couple different options for third bases as well, depending on how your opponent spawns. I think Bbyong will probably end up taking the third base that's to the right of his main, in this case, since they're cross-spawn, but had they spawned like vertically, which I don't know how the spawns work in Heart of the Swarm, but I'm pretty sure it's all 4 spawns possible in Legacy.
Yeah.
He could have, he could take the base that's above his natural instead.
We actually did see this, the PvZ I was mentioning before, but I don't remember who the players were. I think it was maybe Rogue. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Oh, Rogue versus Stats? Or not
versus Hurricane?
Versus Hurricane, yeah.
Maybe not.
I don't think it was that
maybe
one.
someone else. I'm not really sure, but regardless, yeah, PvZ on this map seems pretty good, but I'm really interested to see this PvT and how it plays out. It's going to be cross spawns.
Yeah, so a lot longer of a rush distance, but it seems like Bbyong isn't too concerned with that, just because he didn't ban Deadwing. So
yeah.
Yeah, he's going to go for a CC first here, and this map is really big. It's quite large. There's a lot of cacti.
Yeah, that is true. There are a lot of cacti. I'm glad you pointed that out, Wolf, actually.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you guys know that, because say when you go for that early Marauder drop or whatever, and the medevac crashes down, those guys, if they're trying to parachute out of the medevac to survive, they might land on some cacti and get impaled.
Ugh. Look at those spikes, man, on those cacti. You can actually see them in every shot that we got right now.
Yeah.
There's cacti in every single one.
They're
up there
all
on the top
over the
right, you see it?
Yeah, spiky, man. And there's a lot of water probably in those cacti, but not a lot of water on the map, because that's how deserts work, man.
Yeah.
There's like that special type of fox that can like bite the cactus somehow. It doesn't hurt his tongue or something. He can like drink the water when he's thirsty. There's probably like a critter on this map that I haven't found yet that knows how to do that.
Probably, man.
But yeah, Cactus Valley, definitely one of our most strange new maps. It reminds me a lot of, I want to say Whirlwind is the name of the map from the old days. Big 4-player map, like same spawns as this. Big wide open middle of the map with just a little bit of space. It's somewhat similar to Catalina in some ways as well. It's a very big map. But, in this map especially, a lot of cacti, though.
Yeah,
not so much on the
definitely a
other
lot
ones.
of cacti, for sure.
It's not much of a valley, though. I don't know who named it, but...
Well, there were some valleys.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like if we get a shot of Zest probe coming out here, you have to go up a little ramp. Oh. He's going into the valley.
Yeah.
Mothership Core out scouting. Some good scouting here from Zest. And he's actually going to deny this scout. I'm not sure how he found that. Maybe saw it with the Mothership Core.
I think so. Either that or just luck here and good intuition.
Look at this. Zest immediately going into Twilight Council. May see a bit of an aggressive play here from Zest. Not really sure how Blink works out on this map.
Well, if you look at, Bbyong's main base, there's a bunch of space where you can blink over those cacti, like right into the main base. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's like a bunch of cacti in the way, but I think you can still blink. There's a small area, though, where they're going to land. It's kind of a bit cut off. So there's not, if you do like a big blink, you might actually have to do like one blink into a second blink, because it's not like some of our other maps like Sejong, where you can just do the whole blink up there and be safe. That's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Zest gets a really nice scout here. He sees 2 racks. No third one, though. I think he may assume that's coming. Or maybe not. I mean, there's no really way to assume. I mean, sometimes we do see Terran players just to be super safe. I think there was a game like Kira versus San where he just made 3 barracks and San tried to do a blink on and he just died because there was too much bio. So sometimes Terrans do that, but Bbyong opting for the more tech-oriented route, just getting 1 tech lab on the barracks and then going straight into factory off of 2 racks.
Yeah, I think this is what Zest is expecting to see, and I think he can actually be pretty happy with it. The concern, though, is if he really commits to the Blink Stalker attack, which we do see is adding 2 more gates now, should this fail... Oh, he cancels one. I guess supposed to just replace it.
Another one.
That's weird. Maybe that was a mistake. But maybe he wanted to cancel his robo and misclicked. I don't know why you would want to do that, but... Anyway, now he's getting up A, so it looks like he's not going to do a big attack. But I was going to say, if he does, and it fails, then the counterattacks are brutal with the medevacs.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's just going to use the blinks to feign an attack and take advantage of what that gives him.
This is hero style. It's very good for just putting on a little bit of pressure. It gives you great mobility on the map, especially in this situation where we're like cross-spawned. It's really good with those Blink Stalkers. It's good for defending as well. Any drops that come a little bit later.
Yep. Also, with the position of these 2 Stalkers, he's just kind of showing, like, oh, you got to be careful. What am I doing? You can't scout me. Might want to scan, you know?
Yeah.
2 Forges coming up as well. Like, he is very much ready to transition out of this. 2 medevacs are on the way now, so he can't stay around forever, but he's already warping in Stalkers to handle this. Back at home, he's got Observer to the north. Look at the pylon coverage in his main base as well. He's going to have a lot of advanced warning if a medevac comes towards his base.
Very clean style from Zest today. Like, it shows just very well-practiced, like, meticulous placement of pretty much everything. I'm glad you pointed that out, actually, because Zest wants to win this, actually. This is so big. He's definitely respecting Bbyong as well. He, like, practiced a ton for this guy, and he's like, I'm going to win 100%. I'm preparing with all my might for this game.
Yeah.
Just little things like that really give it away.
Sure. Now, these 2 medevacs are, like, going a bit to the south. They are empty. I think it was just a misrally. That was kind of scary. Had those Stalkers been in a bit of a better position, he might have been able to pick one off. Going to pick off a Marine and force a stem. Gets a 2nd Marine and blinks away. That's really good micro here by Zest. Taking only a bit of shield damage.
Another cute thing you can do with the blink first.
Oh, look at this. Gets another one. He might even force another stem.
He got 2 more.
That's huge. I mean, it actually starts to add up, things like this.
Yeah, sure. Combat Shield's about to line up here with this attack, as well as concussive shells. But there's already Colossus out, and there are just so many Marines, I don't think he can attack with this.
Oh, no way. Like, with a Nexus Cannon as well, if he actually stays, he's going to get blunked, man. And that we just see that happen now. The Colossus can fight this, even with combat shields.
And the boost is off of the medevacs now, so he's just on the run. I think he's going to have to stim again.
Yep, he definitely
He's taking so much damage right now.
And this Observer allows him to know that he has the safety to continue to chase like this.
Yeah.
This is actually the strength of Protoss on a big map, like at cross spawns like this, because by the time that an attack would hit on Overgrowth, for example, he gets a lot more done. But at cross spawns on this map, you don't. You get caught on the map, then you're getting chased, and your attack just looks so flimsy, and you walk across the map going, God, I guess I can't make this work. Like, this just doesn't work at these spawns. Maybe I should have dropped in the main instead.
Yeah.
Even that's risky with Blink Stalkers on the map. But this does buy Bbyong a lot of space. Now he's got a 3rd base coming up. He's got his gases on the way. He's got Widow Mines up for defense. It looks like he's setting up a little bit of a wall here to help against Zealot run-bys. He's got a ton of barracks powered up. And, you know, his supply does show that he's getting a fairly beefy army, and he's not that far behind in upgrades.
I just hope he takes these Colossi seriously this time. He needs to make Vikings. And we do see that 2nd starport being added right now, so I think he learned his lesson from the first game.
Yeah.
Good to see out of Bbyong.
He's also adding the +1. So he's definitely... He's listening to your advice here, man.
He's listening to the cast, the English one. He's saying, oh, okay, I got to make Vikings. Cute little warp prism coming towards the bottom side of the map.
I like how he checks first with the Phoenix just to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
And it's going to come into the follow-up. He might be able to, like, kill some SVs here. I don't think he's going to get an eBay or even any add-ons. In fact, it looks like he's a bit apprehensive about even committing.
I don't think you can warp in their Zest.
You can't warp on top of those cacti, man.
No, too spiky. Watch out for those ones behind the minerals.
Yeah, they're scary, man. They got flowers on them to make you look like they're friendly, but they're not. You ever watch the Digimon show?
I think I saw a couple episodes. I never diligently watched it though.
There was a cactus Digimon that one of the girl characters had. I think it was called Togemon. It's hilarious.
I think I remember that.
Big
I played
cactus.
Digimon 1, Digimon 3 games for PS1.
Those are good games.
Those were fun.
Those are actually really popular in Korea. They're like, I'm a game collector, and those games are like pretty hard to find here. People pay a lot of money for those.
Well, I got one back in my house, so maybe I should bring.
Maybe you should bring it, man.
How much do those go for again?
I don't know. I'd say like, maybe like, we're talking like 25, 30. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but like,
I guess it's
for
a
an
lot of
old
money
game,
as far as old games go.
Especially the Korean version is like insanely rare, but
that's
another story for another time. I don't want to get too into this. People are going to get upset.
Yeah, you can check out Wolf's Twitter for all that information.
Yeah, I'm Proxy Wolf.
Proxy Wolf.
Follow Brendan Valdez as well, where where all his Korean updates. You post a lot of cool stuff. You go to cooler places in Seoul than I do. I just look at video games. You like go on nice dates on the 100 River. I'm like, yeah, I'm at the video game store again.
Yeah, I'm back in Incheon.
Well, this has just been a very passive game, to be honest. We have a 4th base coming up for Bbyong. He is getting quadruple Viking production, but we are going to see that switch to Storm Tech at his Zest, as he knows he has enough timing, or enough time before any big timing is going to hit him to be able to make this transition.
What do you think about the +1 to shields instead of the +3 attack for the Protoss?
I think
was
it's
that
like
a mistake, or was that just on purpose? Maybe because he's got so many Colossi, wants to make them a little bit tankier.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good point, because I'll hold that thought. We're gonna have a drop here. We're gonna have a big attack, but
oh my God,
he's gonna lose those eBays like I was talking about, as it turns out. But that's a ton of Zealots. He's not gonna have at home here, and this is a ton of Terran. He's got a massive Marauder count at this point. He has 21 Marauders in this mix, and this Nexus, should he choose to target it, is forfeit, man. There's no way he's saving that. A few probes are going to go down with it, and that's a lot of Vikings. Right now, there are 13 Vikings and 6 Colossi, and this is do or die for Bbyong right now, because his main base is in tatters. He's losing units as they spawn.
He needs to win this fight right now, but like you were saying, that choke point, I'd like to see some force fields. He's just fighting this straight up. The Colossi are going down. There's still a lot of bio left over now.
Yep, and the Vikings are still getting their shots up, which is so important. Great control here by Bbyong. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. More Zealots warping in here, and a lot of this Terran bio is very, very low. +3 armor is not done. He pulls the probes here. That's how desperate he is. Those Stalkers are also getting pretty low, but I think he should hold this off.
That one Colossus is doing so much damage for a very long time. The positioning from Zest was just on point there with the Stalkers, taking out all the Vikings in due time, and he did so much damage in the main. It looks like that next, or rather the CC didn't even get lifted, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe it's there at the front. No, that's just a new one, I think.
Yeah, it's a new one. He needs to keep warping in here, and that's exactly what he's doing. And in fact, making those Archons is such a smart choice. This goes back to what you were talking about with those Colossi. He wants because Colossi get ×2 effect versus Vikings with armor and shields, because Vikings have 2 attacks with their rockets, and it helps his Archons, which he knew he might not have Storm in time for an attack like this. Guess what? He didn't have it in time. Now he's got these Archons that have +1 shields, and it's going to help him fight the SCVs, and this is actually going to be enough to end this game. Close call here for Zest, but he takes it.
Yeah, just barely, man. Just a super smart player. Love watching this guy play every single time, and he's going to win game number 2 here.
GG, Bbyong killed the economy of Zest, but Zest killed his production, and he still had enough money to warp in enough units to win the game.
Yeah.
Good decision making, utilizing the power of Warp Gate tech. When you have to walk all the way across the map, it takes a long time, gives you a lot of defensive power, but you have a Warp Gate research, and you have a Warp Prism in the main base, you can do that instantly.
Yeah. That was something like 14 Zealots in his main. Like, no amount of bio popping out of those barracks. I don't care how many barracks you have. They're not going to do well against, like, 2-3 Zealots that are getting the +1 shields in due time. Man, that was just a crazy game there. Bbyong is definitely struggling against this Protoss right now. Just showing his mastery of this matchup. He looks untouchable right now.
Yeah. A simple group of Vikings or any sort of shutdown of that Warp Prism, though, and this attack becomes 1,000 times stronger, and I think Bbyong wins this game. Like, it was really close.
Possibly, but at the same time, he would have all those Zealots back at his main.
True.
Like 14 Zealots to defend against that big bio ball.
And if he had those Zealots at home, he might have been able to get some more Archons out as well to help defend, but I feel like Bbyong has he's favored in this situation on a smaller map, or on a map where if he, or in this case, for example, if he had a Sensor Tower set up, or just got that Warp Prism out of there. Because if the Warp Prism's there, there's no turning around on this map. There's no like, oh god, I guess I should go home and defend. No, that's not happening. You turn around, you lose the game 100%, right? Then you have to make something work.
Yeah.